Hello everyone, and welcome back to the world of Thetis. Today, we are going to continue our journey with the companion quest, Repentance. Sebastian has something he would like to discuss with you at the Chantry. Now, I don't know exactly what it is he would like to discuss, but I remember him from a few episodes back, maybe 4 or 5, I don't know. But I'm curious to see what he wants. After that, if we have time, we'll do the Black Powder Courtesy. And then after that, we'll just see what happens from there. So, okay, let's go see what Sebastian wants. I'm curious. So I happened to be walking over here to leave the area, and I just happened to see this here lore book, or well, I think it is, the Enigma of Kirkwall. Ah, yes, indeed. After pursuing another dead end, we were attacked by Maleficarum. I fear V will not make it. The fences must have tipped them off. Are they cultists trying to protect the answer? Are they after it themselves, or was it a random attack? The mages of Kirkwall have a more troubled history than those in the other circles. A greater percentage of them do not survive the harrowing, and a greater percentage turn to blood magic, almost double that of Starkhaven or Ostwick. Is there a secret fraternity delving into the Tevinter's secrets of this city? Either way, we must be more careful, lest we become a band of one or none. Hidden under a cobblestone with curious markings and signed, the Band of Three. Okay, so it seems that there could be some weird thing going on with mages, about more mages end up not making it through the harrowing in this city than in others, which I don't know what they're talking about a fraternity, but that's interesting. But anyway, let's get to the Chantry. Alright, here we are in the Chantry. And it looks like there's like a lore book here, but...
I have family like a rat has fleas, Daisy.
Does that mean you have a lot of family? Or that they make you itch a lot?
Both.
I'm sorry.
I'm not the one you wronged.
Okay, before we walk up there, I saw that Sebastian said he committed a sin, and then the Grand Cleric said, hey, it's not good enough to, like, do that when you know you committed a sin, and something like that. So what did Sebastian do wrong?
I thought it would end here. Young Master Hawk destroyed Flint Company, none remain. Yet, now that I know who sent them, it's harder to see their deaths as justice.
Death is never justice.
Hawk? We were just talking about you.
Saying good things, I hope.
Hawk asked diplomatically.
You know I hate it when you do that.
Hawk muttered in an angry aside to the dwarf.
If, you two have a moment, I've learned who hired Flint Company. The Harimanns, a noble family of Kirkwall. They were my parents' allies. It's hard to believe they betrayed us like this.
So his parents' allies hired these mercenaries.
Tell me about this family.
Lord Harimann used to be a good man, but he became rather strange in his dotage. He died some years back. His daughter took over the family, Lady Johanne Harimann. They say she's become quite reclusive of late.
Okay, so the daughter took over, and she's become reclusive.
Any idea why they turned on you?
Money? Power? It's hard to say. Lady Harimann was always jealous of my family for being royalty when hers were mere nobility. But I can't imagine that pushing her into outright murder.
I mean, I could.
Is there any peaceful way to resolve this?
If you treat the Harimanns like those mercenaries, you could start a war. Go carefully, Sebastian.
I must speak with Lady Harimann and find out what drove her to this madness. But I am the last of my line. I should not go alone and make myself a target.
If I'm standing beside you, that should make her think twice.
Again, Your interest in my plight humbles me. If you like, I can travel with you until you confront Lady Harimann. Otherwise, you can always find me here in the Chantry.
Oh, wow. Hell yeah. This is awesome. So, first of all, Sebastian, after the Deep Roads, we have another companion. And you know what? I actually thought we had all the companions. I thought I had all of them. Apparently, there are more. All right. So, Sebastian has spent the past 3 years advancing his campaign to retake Starkhaven. He has been traveling extensively between Kirkwall and other Free Marches cities, attempting to recruit sufficient allies to build an army. With Garrett securing the Hawk family a place among Kirkwall's nobility, the two have crossed paths a few times, but an exiled prince like Sebastian has far better access than Garrett to the Viscount and other heads of state. So far, though, few families have agreed to support Sebastian with actual troops, leaving him in a difficult position of trying to retake his city with no army. Wow, okay, so that's really interesting. If we go to our journal, we have a new companion quest. Accompany Sebastian to Lady Harimann's estate to learn why she hired the Flint Company to murder his family. Jesus. Could you imagine how traumatic that is? But I know you guys see this lore. You better not be believing I'm going to pass it up. But before I read that one over there, there are more lore. There's something here I didn't want to pass up. So again, there's timestamps in the description. You can skip past the lore reading if you don't like it, but I really enjoy this. So first of all, let me reduce that dang music. Holy shit. Okay, there we go. I like a little music, but Jesus. Alright, Andraste, Bride of the Maker. What is this? Oh! We leveled up from reading a book? Really? Alright. This is going to be good because this is all about Andraste and the Bride of the Maker. I'm really excited. Let's just see how long it is. Oh, so it's a long one. Okay, buckle up. There was once a tiny fishing village on the waking sea that was set upon by the Teventer Imperium, which enslaved the villagers to be sold in the markets of Minrathos, leaving behind only the old and the infirm. One of the captives was the child Andraste. She was raised in slavery in a foreign land. She escaped, then made the long and treacherous journey back to her homeland alone. She rose from nothing to be the wife of an Alamari warlord. Each day she sang to the gods, asking them to help her people who remained slaves in Teventer. The false gods of the mountains and the winds did not answer her, but the true God did. The Maker spoke. He showed her all the works of his hands, the Fade, the world, and all the creatures therein. He showed her how men had forgotten him, lavishing devotion upon mute idols and demons, and now he had left them to their fate. But her voice had reached him, and so captivated him that he offered her a place at his side, that she might rule all of creation. I mean, I'm going to admit right here, it seems a little weird that the Maker, the creator of all things, including humanity, would be smitten by a mere human and be like, "Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Your voice, you must rule by me." I don't know. That seems unrealistic, but hey, not my universe. Maybe it did happen. But Andraste would not forsake her people. She begged the Maker to return, to save his children from the cruelty of the Imperium. Reluctantly, the Maker agreed to give man another chance. Andraste went back to her husband, Mafarath, and told him all that the Maker had revealed to her. Together, they rallied the Alamari and marched forth against the mage lords of the Imperium, and the Maker was with them. The Maker's sword was creation itself, fire and blood, famine and earthquake. Everywhere they went, Andraste sang to the people of the Maker, and they heard her, The ranks of Andraste's followers grew until they were a vast tide washing over the Imperium. And when Mefereth saw that the people loved Andraste and not him, a worm grew within his heart, gnawing upon it. Eek, that's gross. I mean, it's figurative, but still. At last, the armies of Andraste and Mefereth stood before the very gates of Minrathos. But Andraste was not with them, for Mefereth had schemed in secret to hand Andraste over. Oh my god. Wow. For this, the Archon would give Mefereth all the lands to the south of the Waking Sea. Shit. And so, before all the armies of the Alamari and of Tevinter, Andraste was tied to a stake and burned, while her earthly husband turned his armies aside and did nothing. For his heart had been devoured. But as he watched the pyre, the Archon softened. He took pity on Andraste and drew his sword and granted her the mercy of a quick death. Oh, hey, I didn't know that. This is new info. I thought she burned at the stake completely, but she was actually killed slightly before she had burned alive. This is new info. This is new canon now that I didn't know. The Maker wept for his beloved, cursed Mefereth, cursed mankind for their betrayal, and turned once again from creation, taking only Andraste with him. And Our Lady sits at his side, where she still urges him to take pity on his children. From the Sermons of Justinia II. Wow. Well, I assume that's correct, but what if she's just saying, oh, she was granted a quick death just because she doesn't want a story to be that, you know, that Andraste is, you know, was in a lot of pain or something. Okay, so we've got another lore book over here. There's the Maker back there. Let's read the Maker. I think that sounds awesome. And there's a big-ass statue of Andraste right there. And we just learned all about her. Oh, so this is a poem of sorts. This isn't even... This is like a poem. There was no word for heaven or for earth, for sea or sky. All that existed was silence. Oh, no. Okay. This is the actual Bible. This is not a poem. Well, their version of whatever the Bible is, whatever they call that. The Chant of Light. This is probably what this is. For heaven or for earth, for sea or sky, all that existed was silence. Then the voice of the Maker rang out, the first word, and his word became all that might be. Dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. And from it made his firstborn. And he said to them, in my image I forge you. To you I give dominion over all that exists, but your will may all things be done. By your will may all things be done. Then in the center of heaven he called forth a city with towers of gold, streets with music for cobblestones, and banners which flew without wind. There he dwindled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. The children of the Maker gathered before his golden throne and sang hymns of praise unending, but their songs were the songs of the cobblestones. They shone with the golden light reflected from the Maker's throne. They held forth the banners that flew on their own. And the voice of the Maker shook the fade, saying, in my image I have wrought my firstborn. I have been given dominion over all that exists. By your will, all things are done. Yet you do nothing. The realm I have given you is formless, ever-changing. And he knew he had wrought amiss. So the Maker turned from his firstborn and took from the fade a measure of its living flesh and placed it apart from the spirits and spoke to it, saying, here I decree opposition in all things, for earth, sky, for winter, summer, for darkness, light. By my will alone is balance sundered, and the world given new life. And no longer was it formless, ever-changing, but held fast, immutable, with words for heaven and for earth, sea and sky. At last did the Maker form from the living world make men, immutable as the substance of the earth, with souls made of dream and idea, hope and fear, endless possibilities. Then the Maker said, "To you, my second-born, I grant this gift. In your heart shall burn an unquenchable flame, all-consuming and never satisfied. From the Fade I created you, and to the Fade shall you return, each night in dreams, that you may always remember me." And then the Maker sealed the gates of the Golden City, and there he dwelled, waiting to see the wonders his children would create. Thrinodes 5, 1-8. So this is the creation story of basically how humans and all people of Thedas came to be. And there are more lore books here, I see that, but dang, I've already read 2 very long lore books, so let's save those for later, and next time I come back, we'll read those. But I don't want to do all of them back to back to back, because that's like a lot of lore right there. Let it soak and let it
There are still many
you know. Okay, let's go to Hightown. Alright, here we are, and we need to go to the Harimann Estate. Gotcha.
Choir boy, this usurper of yours is 20 feet tall?
Not
The
even
hell?
close, no.
But he has claws for hands, right?
Fingers. Perfectly normal ones. If a little fat, perhaps.
He eats babies, though, and farts fire.
What are you talking
You're
about,
not
Eric?
serious, I hope.
You can't even pretend to be interesting, can you?
Varric, what the hell was that? There's a little person icon on the minimap here. Who is that? Oh, that's of course, that's Fenris's mansion. Okay, here we go. This is the Harimann Estate. Let's go, guys. Let's... I mean, what good is it going to do to just talk to someone and just say, "Hey, why'd you kill my family?" I mean, come on. Really? Is that going to work?
That's strange. The door's wide open, and not a single guard posted. This is not the Lady Harimann I remember.
It's empty in here? Guys, I have a strange feeling that we're going to run into some Fade monsters. I feel like we're going to run into some...
There's something very wrong in here.
Yeah. There's going to be something going on. Let me look at the map. Which way do I go? I can't really tell which way I'm supposed to go. It's so many twisting long hallways. It's like really hard to tell where I'm supposed to...
More!
Whoa.
You lazy son of a bitch! What's taking so long?
What?
Flora?
Why does no one in this house care what I want? More wine, or I swear I will drown you in the dregs.
That sounds familiar. I don't envy anyone in this household tomorrow morning.
She doesn't even see us. This is no normal wine.
What? It's poison wine? Is poison her and making her delusional or something? Is that what's going on?
Bring me my wine.
More logs. It must be molten. You, more coins. I want every scrap of gold in this house.
Please, monsieur!
There's nothing to fear. You'll be beautiful. Pour it over her.
Don't! You'll kill her! He can't hear me.
What? But he can. What a doof. Oh! Oh, God.
Perhaps I should be the one.
We must end this madness.
What the hell is going on? What is with people?
I visited this house often as a child. They could not have concealed such goings-on.
What the fuck? Alright, here, we're supposed to go this way. An underground passage, the Flint Company mercenary, a Starkhaven longbow. Oh, it's a gift! Who wants the gift? Sebastian might be interested in the Starkhaven. Like, I probably can't give it to him right now, can I?
I have prayed for Andraste to guide us to peace with the Harimanns.
Yeah, I can't give it to him right now. I think... Oh.
Turn back. There is nothing here for you.
We just want to know what's happening.
You shall not enter.
Ah, I knew it.
Enough!
Demons, temptresses.
Fade's Fury. That sounds cool.
We
but...
must see what greater evil they were protecting.
Yeah, what are they protecting down here? Yeah, let's go. Let's go forth. What the fuck is this? Wow, this is a totally different change of scene. This is like a deep underground, like, temple. It already gives me creepy vibes.
To Hightown. I remember no such thing.
Me neither. What is this? Wow, it looks demonic. It looks sort of like demonic in a sense. There's dead people down here. There's literally a dead person's skeleton right here, and right there, and right there. There was a lot of death here.
In the shadows, more of them.
Rage demons. Oh boy, okay, so we defeated those shades. Alright, look at this. There's like, that looks like a torture box that you open up and put somebody in and torture them in that box and they stay there. That sounds terrible. Who the hell is that? A Revenant? Oh shit, I bet that's powerful. Come on, die corpse. Okay. Oh, well, if he's just gonna stand there and let us attack him, then okay, fine. I mean, that was anticlimactic. A codex updated. Okay, so we're gonna have to look at our codex here. Okay, so we saw a Revenant just now, and I kind of want to look at my lore book and see exactly what Revenants are, because I'm sure that that's probably what got updated. It's probably creatures. Yeah, this exactly. Okay, so what was that? Where did it come from and all that? An entire unit of men, all slain by one creature. I didn't believe it at first, your perfection, but it appears that this is so. We have a survivor, and while at first I thought his rantings pure exaggeration, it appears to be no simple skeleton. The descriptions of the creature's abilities were eerily similar to those our brothers at Marnus Pell encountered almost a century ago. Men pulled through the air to skewer themselves on the creature's blade, and attacks so quick that it was able to assault multiple opponents at once. No, your perfection. What we have here is indeed a Revenant and nothing less. From a letter to Divine Amara III, 571 Exalted. Well, I mean, that sounds very impressive, but I just killed him without him getting off a single attack, so kind of anticlimactic there. A Revenant is a corpse possessed by a demon of pride or of desire, making it amongst the most powerful possessed opponents that one can face. Oh my god. Many possess spells, but most are armed and armored and prefer to use their martial talents. They are weak against physical attacks, but regenerate quickly, and commonly use telekinesis to pull opponents into melee range should they try to flee. Revenants also have the ability to strike multiple opponents surrounding them, stay at range if possible, and strike quickly. That is the only way to take such a creature down. Well, I just found another way. Alright, let's keep it going. Deeper into the catacombs. Damn, there's a lot of death here. With so many deaths all around, it makes me think that people were used for sacrifices or something. Are we even in the real world anymore? Have we crossed into the Fade? Probably not, because everything's like so stiff and immutable. So there's a corpse right there. Imagine, you know, you die a horrible death, and then your corpse gets reanimated and used as fodder for an army. Like, Jesus. What's this? More rubble. Jesus, there's so many people. There's like hundreds of dead people down here. A complex chest, which I can't open.
do that.
And I don't think anybody can, but Varric needs to level up. Let's give him more dexterity. His critical chance has gone up, and I guess cunning. Confirm. His Bianca thing is almost there. Now it's done. Oh, but
You want me to do what? I don't think so. Not likely.
really? It says you can.
Do what? I don't think so.
That's weird. It says.
I'll pass.
Okay. I guess nobody can get it. Oh well. Let's keep going. Oh, a Revenant. Maybe it'll actually do some damage this time. Well, you know what? Maybe I have the difficulty down too easy. Maybe it's because my difficulty is far too easy. You know what, guys? I'm going to make a big decision here. I am going to change it to normal because I think I have it too easy. I want it to be easy, but I don't want it to be that easy. Okay, because I want Revenants to actually pose something of a challenge. Alright, now up those stairs I saw something interesting. Up here I see that there's something called the Demon's Gift. What is this? It's some old papers. The Demon's Gift. Before the first blight, there lived an old man and woman. Damn, this is before the first blight. So this is a long time ago. This is before mages of Tevinter went up to the heavens to destroy the Golden City. So this is a really, like, okay. One day, a beautiful stranger came to their house seeking a shelter. The old man and woman gave her food to eat and a downy mattress to sleep upon. In return, she offered them a golden mirror that would grant 3 wishes. Looking into the mirror, the woman frowned at her wrinkles and gray hair. "I wish I were young again," she said. Suddenly, the face of a lovely maiden stared back at her. The man angrily grabbed the mirror, saying, "You're so selfish. You could have given youth to both of us. I wish you weren't so stupid." At once, the woman was brilliant beyond measure and saw that her husband had never loved her. He tolerated her only because her age and ignorance made his own seem less by comparison. Angry now, the old woman grabbed for the mirror. At the same time, they both said, "I hate you. I wish that you get exactly what you deserve." With that, they were back together, both ugly and old, but now knowing exactly how much contempt they had for each other. Damn, that's fucking terrible. That's fucking terrible. Oh, Jesus. That's really just shitty.
That's not really my thing.
Oh, God. Okay, so, what a terrible story. Heartbreaking, in fact. But I guess that's a demon's gift, right? A demon's gift is not something that people are going to be enjoying. So, they had a... Loading. What's going on? What the hell? Okay, guys, so I tried just about everything I could try to get past this loading screen. Like if I basically walk over here, there's this loading screen, and it says loading down here, and I don't know what that means. So I found out there's only one way to get past this, and that's for me to push escape and basically skip the first bit of dialogue. That's the only way I can get past it. Unfortunately, I'm gonna miss whatever happens here at the beginning, but I'm gonna have to like look it up on YouTube or something to see what happens near the beginning of this dialogue, but it's the only way I can get past it. So I'm just gonna push escape and you know, skip the first little mini scene, I guess.
Starkhaven will not submit. I put that idiot Goran Vale into the prince's seat, but the other families won't heed him. I must marry him to Flora and solidify our hold. But I need more power.
I've given you much. Your desires run deep. You've already traded your husband and your children. What more can you offer?
What bargain have you made?
Who is this? Who are you? How did you get here? Sebastian!
You were my mother's friend. How could you murder her?
Wow, okay.
Such an ugly word. I prefer remove the only obstacle between her and her dreams.
This was your idea.
I could create such desires if I wished. But it's far easier to nurture those that already exist. The desire for power is easy to find. You and your friend both possess it, do you not? You both wish to rise.
Yo, you know what? Fuck you, dude.
I will hear no more from you!
I'm done with this shit. Come on. There we go. Got her.
Let us return to the Chantry. I must pray for Lady Harimann's soul.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah. Alright, let's keep it going. Let's get back to the Chantry. And talk to Sebastian, because we found out that really it was one of her family friends had desired power, and
let us
she
return
took
to
it
the
too
Chantry.
far.
I must pray for Lady Harimann's soul.
Sebastian, I am so sorry is such an inadequate word. When I think what Mother made us do, what those creatures made us do.
We were friends, Flora.
It was like a cloud came down on me. All I could feel or think was what the demon allowed.
Yeah, so she desired wine. That's what it was.
Did your mother order the attack on Sebastian's family?
She did.
Wow.
You know Mother, Sebastian. She was always jealous of your parents. The demon twisted that until it was all she could think of. She was determined to seize Starkhaven for herself.
Was your mother a mage? How did she find this demon?
We've never had magic in our line. Perhaps that made Mother too confident. She thought she could deal with the demon and not fall prey to it. Those ruins there were unearthed when we expanded the house. Mother found the demon inside. I think she had signed her bargain before we even knew.
Wow.
Don't blame your mother. The desire demon made this happen.
Yeah.
I doubt many people will be so forgiving. If it takes every last coin my family owns, I will make reparations to everyone we've wronged. Starting with you, Sebastian. We weren't the only ones vying for Starkhaven. If you face more opposition, you have my support.
Hey, there we go.
It will not make up for what happened.
No, that's true.
I'll tell you when I need you.
Jesus. Okay, a little bit of friendship with Sebastian there, but I can understand how that's not enough, you know. Jesus. Alright, let's get out of here. But at least he has the support of that. I mean, that seems like it's not enough, and it probably isn't. His family was murdered because of this, so I wouldn't be happy. But... oh, would you look at that? It's Flora Harimann's diary. First day of Harvestmere. Mother finally began her expansion to the estate today. She brought in 24 men from the Imperium who I'm sure were slaves, and they've been excavating the hillside behind the house. The dirt is awful, and the noise. Must they shatter every rock in Kirkwall? It's been quiet since lunch, though, and Mother is behaving very strangely. She's now talking about stopping the expansion. Just like that, with no explanation. She never tells me anything. Wow, that's a nice little bit of backstory there. Alright, let's get out of here.
So I hear you've been visiting the Viscount's gardens, Daisy.
Oh, they're enormous. And they're always empty. Why don't more people go to see them?
Probably because they're private and surrounded by guards.
I thought all those men looked a bit cross.
Oh my gosh. Alright, back in the Chantry.
Your armor is very shiny, Sebastian. Doesn't that make you an easier target?
The light of the Maker is my armor, Meryl. I'm not afraid.
Maybe you could ask him to make his light less shiny?
Oh my
then
god.
you wouldn't need as much armor.
Alright, so here we are back in the Chantry, so I guess we can just talk to him now.
I had hoped prayer might cleanse me of the Desire Demon's touch, but I still hear her voice so clearly. I feel like I've bathed in filth that will never come off.
Wash behind the ears. Evil usually gets stuck there.
The demon didn't lie. I used to be bitterly jealous of my brother. I wanted to be prince. Now everything he had is mine. And he lies in ashes. I keep asking myself, do I want this because it's right? Or simply to have what I never thought I could?
Jesus, I mean, that's a good question.
Do you have an answer?
No. It cannot be right to lead any army to Starkhaven with such doubt in my heart. I owe you more than I can say, Hawk. I will offer my service to you here before I move on.
If you want to help me, do it because we're friends. There's no debt between us.
You have a good soul, Hawk. It was truly the Maker who led you to me.
Wow. Okay, so there we... 22! Damn, he's loaded. Damn, 22, that's a lot. Also, there's that other quest where I can give him the bow that I found. If we go here, the longbow. So that's what this quest here is about. So let's talk to him one more time.
I think this is yours.
My grandfather's bow, but where did you get it?
One of the Flint Company mercenaries had it.
Thank you. It's hard to mourn the loss of a thing while my family lies dead. But I did think of it.
What's the story behind that bow?
As the youngest son, it was my place to lead Starkhaven's militia. But I never had a talent for swordplay. Too much getting hit. My grandfather said the bow is the wise man's weapon. You can defend your city without opening its gates. Grandfather said the day I could pull the string on his bow, it would be mine.
Then why didn't you have it with you?
I was 13 when my grandfather made me that promise. I would rise at dawn to practice my shots until I could hit the eye slit of a helmet from the top of the ramparts. But my parents pledged me to the Chantry before I could show him.
Oh, okay.
Were you and your grandfather close?
He was a man of the world, Prince of Starkhaven. But he had the most unshakable faith in the Maker. When my parents threatened to pledge me to the Chantry, he told me he'd gladly trade his title for a life of contemplation. The Maker ordained a place for each of us, I remember him saying. We have only to serve.
Think of them with every arrow you fire to retake your land.
Yes, this will be a fitting weapon to carry against the usurpers. Thank you for thinking of me, Hawk.
Yeah, there you go. Rivalry? Why? Come on. So we have the Starkhaven longbow, so that means that he definitely needs to have that on him. I assume this is it, right? Temperance? Physical damage? Yeah, this is it. But it's really just physical damage and that's it. That's... Oh no, here's the longbow. Okay, yeah. 86 physical damage. So this is his longbow. Wow, look at it. That's gorgeous. Wow. Yeah, we can destroy that other piece of crap. This is an amazingly beautiful bow. All right. There we go. I think that was a very great, you know, an interesting quest line for sure. We helped out Sebastian. We found out what happened to his family and why they died. I think I'll end it here. We have a few more lore books, but I'll save it for next time. Thank you all for joining me on this adventure. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.